Hi everyone, so today we have a updated 2018 Senate map. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to reset the map starting from scratch. So I'm taking the 2018 battleground map from 538 and I'm going to take out the states of Montana, Texas, Tennessee, West Virginia, and New Jersey because these are the states I feel could be the most competitive, these 11 competitive races. So, starting off, it's a very interesting map. We're going to start off all the way in the east with New Jersey. Beforehand, I had this as in the leaning Democratic column, with a new poll coming out with Menendez plus 10. Quinnipiac says Menendez is plus 11. Farley-Dixon has Menendez plus 6. Even though I can see the argument for it being a likely Democratic state, because of Menendez's past history, I'm going to keep this in the leaning column. If we could get one or two more polls that solidify this double-digit lead, I could move it into the likely Democratic column. However, for now, I'm keeping it in the leaning Democratic column. So, next, we have the West Virginia Senate race between Joe Manchin and Patrick Morrisey, with new polls showing Manchin with almost nearing double-digit leads, and especially considering that he did vote for Brett Kavanaugh, I think this is going to help him a lot in this race. He consistently has led in the polls, 45.7, 47, so really just the same, but the Republican has dropped from a high of 41 all the way down to 36, so definitely a very interesting state, and this is going to be one of the most competitive races. However, at the end of the day, with the new polling data, I'm going to narrowly keep it in the leaning Democratic column. I can see the argument for a likely Democratic state, but considering everything except Kavanaugh, I'm going to keep it in the leaning Democratic state. I would like to see a few more polls that show him in the likely margin, and that's just because Trump won the state so overwhelmingly. However, when you consider that he voted for Kavanaugh, I'm going to narrowly put it in the likely Democratic column, especially with the polling suggesting that in the 5 to 15% range. Now, next, we are going to look at the Indiana Senate race. This was previously a race that Republicans had very high hopes for. However, new polls show Joe Donnelly solidifying his lead. The last Braun poll we had was by Fox News, done actually, I believe it's this, yeah. So, but this is really going to be a race. I mean, even a Republican poll shows Donnelly up 12 points. I think that was a bit of an outlier, but overall, +2, +6, great news for Joe Donnelly, and I'm going to put this, considering everything except Kavanaugh, I'm going to put this in the leaning Democratic column. However, just a sec, because he did vote against Kavanaugh, I'm moving it from leaning to tilting Democratic. Next, we have the Tennessee Senate race, one that Democrats had very high hopes for, and now Blackburn is really cementing her lead as the favorite to go on and win this one. In recent polls, Blackburn +8, Blackburn +5, Blackburn +4, just two polls that show Bredesen ahead. And considering they were done by CNN, some people would say this is not good, but I don't really think that way. But overall, you could make the argument that other polling companies are more trustworthy. New poll, CBS News, very trustable, Blackburn up 8. Great news for Marsha Blackburn. I had originally said that Phil Bredesen could even win in the likely Democratic column. That, of course, was a bit over the top, but with the new polling data, I'm putting it in the leaning Republican column. So great news for Blackburn there. If we look at the Florida Senate race, I'm going to have to wrap it up pretty soon, but Rick Scott, he is losing his lead. It's kind of gone. If we look at the here we can look. It's kind of gone from a very big Nelson lead, kind of into a Scott lead, and then kind of narrowing down into a tie, and then opening up with a big Nelson lead. 47, 46, 45, 44, 53, 46, 45, 45, 48, 45. Not that many undecided voters. Bill Nelson just needs a little bit more in order to win the race outright. Nelson up 2.4 on average. It's looking really positive for him going into this election. I don't think Kavanaugh's going to play a big role in the state of Florida, considering that Bill Nelson was pretty much going to vote for Kavanaugh anyway. Taking a look at the state of Missouri, Josh Hawley versus Claire McCaskill. Latest poll shows a tie, then CNN shows McCaskill up 3. Missouri Scout shows Hawley +2. Trafalgar Group, which is a Republican group, shows Hawley +3. These two kind of cancel each other out. This one is kind of a Republican poll. Then tie, Hawley, McCaskill, tie, McCaskill. It's just gone back and forth. It's really going to come right down to the wire. So we left off at the Missouri Senate race. I did have to quickly go somewhere, but anyway, I'm back. So, Missouri Senate race, I was talking about how the leads here, but it's going to be very close. I think I would give the slight tilt over to Claire McCaskill, even though she did vote against Brett Kavanaugh. Now, I'm going to have to wrap it up pretty quickly. In North Dakota, this is a race that could be viewed as leaning or likely Republican, because we have two polls showing a definite Republican lead, +12, +10, and considering that Heitkamp voted against Kavanaugh, that's why I'm putting it in the likely Republican column in a state like North Dakota, which is big news for the Republican there. Texas Senate race, one that Democrats think they have a chance, however, it's looking really positive. Well, I think I'm being quite generous to the Republican here. But it's looking, Beto O'Rourke is doing very well for a Democrat in Texas, however, it's still a Cruz +6 lead, and at the end of the day, he's probably going to go on with a slight tilt in the state of Texas. Now that gives the Republicans 50 seats to the Democrats 47. Wrapping it up, we have Montana. Not much to talk about. Tester up 4, up 2, up 3, pretty much solidifying that single-digit lead. That's why I'm putting it in the leaning Democratic column. Arizona, very quickly, Martha McSally, Kristen Sinema. Sinema up 3 in the new CBS poll. That's looking really good for her to go on and be the next United States Senator from Arizona. And finally, we have the Nevada Senate race between Jackie Rosen and Dean Heller. Jackie Rosen leading in a new CNN poll, leading in a Gravis poll, leading in Suffolk. She's looking really positive to go on and be the next United States Senator from Nevada. So, thank you guys for watching this video. Comment down suggestions below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.